So as we get to the end of 2024, I thought we'd go through a little bit of kind of year in review trends and things like that I observe. As a tech editor, I basically get a preview of all of the year's patterns. I get advanced access to them, right? Because I'm the one QCing them and checking them often before they even get to go to a tester. And it's really fun to see kind of how trends in quilt patterns change a little bit over time, and also how you'll kind of see themes popping up that everybody kind of jumps on board and does their own spin on, which is really fun. But also, once in a while, you'll get a quilt pattern and you look at it and you're just like, this is genius. The way they've chosen to construct this method is just so streamlined and so well planned out that it's just a work of art, right? It's just beautiful. So today I thought I'd walk you through 3 of the patterns that I've read this year, either as a tech editor or just as a quilter buying patterns and making quilts, that I found really, really cool this year and have some really innovative methods in them. And you might be interested in purchasing just to kind of read through and get a feel for different construction methods, because you might learn something new. So the first pattern that I kind of want to showcase today is the Northwest pattern by Heather Heck of Heck Yes Soko. This pattern is just gorgeous. It's like this beautiful kind of Nordic snowflake design, which I love. I mean, it's just like, it's super modern. It's so pretty, but she has got construction methods in this thing that I would never have thought of, even as a tech editor and ghostwriter who's written literally hundreds of patterns. It's something that I wouldn't have probably come up with without thinking about it for a really long time. Very, very well done. It looks super complex, right? You've got kind of all of these off angles, but she's really simplified this method with nothing difficult, right? There's not any partial seams or Y seams or anything in here, but basically she's done it by just taking larger blocks and cutting them up in interesting ways and then sewing them back together. It's really, really cool pattern, very well thought out, and you should definitely go buy it and have a read through. Now, one thing too important to note is that I'm not showcasing these things for you guys to like copy. That's never a good thing. It's never good for your business either, right? Consumers are kind of programmed to pick out individuality and originality. And so they're going to know if you're kind of ripping off somebody else's design. It's very obvious and they don't like it, right? So my purpose in kind of showcasing the designs is just to give you an idea of different construction methods out there that you might be able to apply to a design you're already thinking about that you've maybe been struggling to figure out how to construct. And no, it is not wrong to purchase a pattern just to read through it and see the construction method, even if you have no intention of making it. I have done it quite a few times just because I'm curious. I want to see different methods and learn different things. It's the same reason we take classes at QuiltCon or Quilt Market or any of those shows, is to learn new things, not necessarily because you love the design, but you just want to learn a new technique. So the next pattern that I kind of want to showcase is called A Little Twisted Christmas. This is by Sarah Lister of Ladybug Designs. She is a genius with panels, I just have to say. She's got so many different and interesting ways to showcase panel quilts, which are always a struggle for me. I really struggle to come up with creative ways to use panels, aside from just like framing them in the middle of a quilt, right? That's not really why I'm showcasing this pattern though. She's also got a very interesting technique here that's been around for a while, but I don't see it very often, even as a tech editor. So when I saw it pop up in this pattern, I was like, that's a really cool technique. More people should be using this. And that is for those little pinwheel blocks. So pinwheels and split QSTs in general, you always end up with like a left and a right hand piece, right? And so if you're doing them 2 at a time or 4 at a time, as the case may be, for these split QSTs or quarter square triangles, you will end up with 2 left hands and 2 right hands. And you've got to kind of figure out how to incorporate those into your design or just end up with excess. The technique she's using here allows you to avoid that. So you can get all left hand or all right hand. Not going to spill the beans in it. Go buy the pattern and check it out. It's a very, very cool technique and very useful if you like to work with QSTs or split QSTs. All right, the last pattern that I want to showcase here is again by Heather Heck of Heck Yes Soko. I am a little bit of a fangirl of hers. Her designs are just so good and the construction methods are amazing, right? This is Bloom and Glow. It is a combination of like curves and also angles, but it's all traditionally pieced, very, very intricate looking on the surface, but she's got a great way of breaking it down. The particular technique that I love in this one is the use of kind of those corner arcs. Those are tricky to do well because there's some nuances to how you have to kind of draw the diagrams for those things in order to be able to get people to understand where the seams need to be sewed. Go check it out. It's very, very well written. This one's also fat quarter friendly, and she did a lot of work to try and get everything to fit onto a fat quarter. And it's very, very well done. Alrighty, those are the best quilt patterns I've read in 2024. Go check them out. You will definitely learn something new. And it might just come in handy as you start to think about what quilts you want to design and write patterns for in 2025. Having kind of tips and tricks in your back pocket to really simplify complicated designs can really open up your creativity. So even if you're not so much a modern person, or even if you don't really do complicated designs that much, definitely go check these patterns out, go purchase them, go give them a read through. You will learn something new, and you never know when it might be useful to you in the future. If you like this video and you found it helpful, make sure you like and subscribe. I have got big plans for Tech Tip Tuesday in 2025, so you're not gonna wanna miss a single one.